2 hours north of Chiang Mai is the mountainous region of Doi Ang Khang. These are some of the highest mountains in Chiang Mai, where you enter a whole new climate, a whole new world. To get there, you need to make your way up these steep, winding roads, preferably from a guide who knows the area well. At the top is one of the most magical agricultural establishments I have ever seen. Here, I met with a very kind-hearted and well-educated man who is passionate about the King's Royal Agricultural Project. A man who strives to build strong connections between Australia and Thailand. The Thai ambassador to Australia, Ambassador Maris Sangyamphongsa.
This project started in 44 years ago by His Majesty the King of Thailand. We have several group of people in these areas, the local people that need help. His Majesty the King of Thailand has done a lot of projects, bring technology to the people, because His Majesty believed that without technology we cannot come this far. And in order to double yields of the plantations or production, we need a lot of technologies. So His Majesty the King of Thailand has done a lot of experimentation inside of his palace in central Bangkok. And when he has knowledge, bring all this project from his palace in the city of Bangkok to the areas where we can have a real production. And this is the way that His Majesty the King has been doing for several years to help the local people to gain higher yields and higher production. Because of the high altitude, very chill climate, we can grow several varieties of fruits and vegetables from countries like in Europe or in Australia. You see there's a lot of plantations of peach, kiwi, strawberry, and also several fruits and vegetables from the very cold climate.
So we're going to be using an amazing product which is farmed right here at the Royal Project, which is this pheasant, and they smoke it. It's absolutely delicious. I'm going to get Mr. Ambassador to be helping me along the way here, cutting some vegetables. And what I might do is start by just heating the wok, and then we'll start cooking the curry. Okay, so whenever you're cooking a green chicken curry, or in this fact, a green pheasant curry, we always start with cooking the curry paste. We start with just a small spoonful of the coconut milk. You can use oil, but if you don't have oil, coconut milk, the fat in the coconut milk works perfectly well for frying the curry paste. Okay, so we put about 2 tablespoons of curry paste into the coconut milk, and just give that about 1 minute for all the aromatic smells and flavours to come out into the coconut milk. So now we can smell all that wonderful aroma. We add some more coconut milk. One of the first ingredients I want to start cooking is the eggplant, because it takes a little while to cook through. So Mr. Ambassador, if you wouldn't mind cutting that eggplant for me.
So you want an angle, right?
Cut. In Australia, quite often we talk about salting eggplants. But these organic eggplants, they don't need it. They're very sweet and delicious. They don't need any preparations. Perfectly done. Kop kun ma kap. Kap. Okay, so we put the eggplant into the sauce. The next ingredient is some little baby organic cauliflower. It's got a slight green tinge to it. Really delicious. Lots of flavour, lots of crunch. Kaffir lime leaves. We picked these from the tree earlier. We just ripped them off, tore them in half to allow the flavours to come out from the lime leaf. And then some mushrooms, organic mushrooms grown right here on the farm. We'll just cut those in half. Mr. Ambassador, if you would do the other ones for me.
Sure.
Just in half for me. That'd be great. And then, while the Ambassador's cutting those, I've got some pea eggplants, really bitter, add a great flavour to the curry as well. Now, the pheasant. The pheasant's already smoked, so it's already cooked. You don't have to wait for it to cook through. Just place it in, and what I've done is I've taken the pheasant and I've cut it straight through the bone. Keep it really simple, really rustic, really organic and natural. You should be a chef.
No. You pay me very good money.
I pay you good money?
Yeah.
You can come work for me in the restaurant. No, I want you doing your job. I want you
Okay.
doing your job because I cannot do your job. Okay, so now all of the heat from the coconut milk is making its way into the pheasant. We've got a few more ingredients just to finish it off. We've got some red capsicum here, just to add a little bit of colour, and some sugar, nam tan. Some sugar, you could use palm sugar, white sugar, brown sugar. You could even use coconut sugar. So after a couple of minutes, it's absolutely perfect, ready to go. The final few ingredients, fresh Thai basil. So aromatic, so pungent, it's a lovely flavour, a true characteristic of Thai food.
This is fresh from the farm.
Yep, absolutely fresh from the farm. It's the best way to get your ingredients. Mr. Ambassador, if you wouldn't mind finishing off this dish by putting the fish sauce in for me.
Before put this fish sauce in the, add ingredient. This is a very good fish sauce. Make a chef, the best, one of the best fish sauce in Thailand.
Absolutely.
And it is gluten free.
Gluten free as
Yeah,
well.
that's right.
Absolutely.
Enough?
Just a little bit more. อีกนิดหน่อยครับ ครับ
Oh.
Perfect ครับ
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So now we do a final test. See what the ambassador thinks. ชิมหน่อยครับ อร่อยไหมครับ
อร่อยมากครับ
Good.
อร่อยมาก
Okay. So I've got the ambassador's approval, so we can serve it. When you're serving a curry, make sure all of the colourful bits sit on top. The smoked pheasant is absolutely divine. The texture, the colour and the smell from the pheasant is really interesting. And this has been the whole journey from when we started in the beginning of Thailand, down in Hua Hin, and finishing here today in Chiang Mai on our last episode. It's so fitting that I'm cooking a dish that I've never cooked before, because that was the purpose of this show, was for me, a chef from Australia, to come to Thailand and to learn what Thai people are doing, learn more about the food, learn more about the culture, and what a more fitting way to finish off the show with the ambassador of Thailand to Australia, who has such a passion for the food industry, and working together between Australia and Thailand is a real privilege to be here. There we have it, served with some great Thai jasmine rice, khao hom mali, gang khao wan, using smoked pheasant. After the break, I show you how to make a traditional Chiang Mai curry. Sirapana Villa Resort and Spa. And I'm joined by Resort Manager Manas. Sawadee krab.
สวัสดีครับคุณนันคาร
Sawadee mai krab.
สบายดีครับ
ครับผม
ครับ
And Manas is here to show us how to cook a very traditional dish from the Chiang Mai region, which is called Gang Hang Lei Mu. Now, Gang Hang Lei Mu, what is that exactly?
The Gang Hang Lei Mu is the typical food which is famous in Chiang Mai
Chiang Mai.
ครับ It was influenced by the Burmese cuisine ครับ
So with the Burmese influence, what happens there is there's a lot less coconut milk used, and the curries are more based on water and spice. Is that right?
Yes
Perfect.
yes ครับ
Okay, well let's do it.
Okay.
So firstly, the curry paste. What are the ingredients you've got in the curry paste
The
there?
curry paste made from the garlic,
Garlic,
shallot,
cup,
and the
Lemongrass.
chili, salt, and galangos,
Cup.
and then the chung paste.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
No worries at all. So lots of really strong, robust aromats.
ครับ
Great. Okay. So that's pound together,
Yeah.
and then we marinate the meat.
Yes, we have to marinate it. okay?
Fantastic.
So you have to marinate the pork 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, let's
Cup.
do that.
Okay.
Okay. What cut are you using here?
This one.
Yep.
The pork belly
Pork belly,
and the pork neck.
pork neck.
Yeah.
It's a really nice combination when you're making a curry like this. Pork belly is nice and chewy, and it's also slightly gelatinous, and with long cooking it just has a great mouthfeel. And the pork neck is a lot more lean, and it has a more of a firm chew to it. So I've got some curry paste,
Yes.
about 1 tablespoon of curry paste.
Yes. And then we have to mix this together.
Yes. It's a really good idea when you're making a curry to marinate the meat first. What it does is all the flavours get into the meat before it fries, and also adds extra colour to the meat as well.
Okay.
Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. So we'll get cooking.
Yes.
All right, I'll light the gas for you.
Okay.
There you are.
And
So-
then you have to add 2 spoons of vegetable oil.
Cup.
Cup. That's it.
And then once the oil's hot, we fry the meat in the oil.
Yes.
Great.
Then you have to put the marinate pork. Thank you for your help.
There you are.
Okay.
So just enough time to seal the meat.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not cooking it all the way through, are you?
No.
Right, okay.
You have to make it very slow cook.
So cooking on a very low heat.
ครับ
And if we cook on the low heat for about 5 minutes, the meat should be about 3/4 cooked, and then we can add our liquids.
Yes exactly คุณดันชัน
Okay, so after a few minutes of cooking, we add some liquid, is that right?
Yes
Great.
okay
And what is the liquid?
this one is the stock of the pork
So pork stock,
Yep.
great. I think it's a really good idea whenever you're making a curry, use a stock that is from the same meat that you're cooking. Chicken stock with chicken, pork stock with pork. Adds much better flavour, more continuity. So how long would you cook this now before adding the other ingredients?
so I 10 minutes
10 minutes
Yeah.
with the water?
with the water
Manas, we're standing here in the rice field, and I believe at the resort you actually do lessons on how to plant rice.
yes we do
Good. Is it okay if I do one after this?
of course you
Awesome.
can join us later
Great, because I've
Yeah.
never done it. I'd love to do it because it's such an amazing staple part of the
Okay.
Thai diet.
Yeah.
Great. So we've had about 8 minutes of cooking time now.
yes
So what do we add next?
so we have to add the Indian curry
So Indian curry powder.
yeah Indian curry powder
Great. And that's something you wouldn't see in the south of Thailand, so mainly up here in the north.
yeah many up here on the north because it's main ingredient for northern food
Great.
yeah
Mm.
okay and then I have to add the palm sugar
Why would you add palm sugar instead of white sugar?
because it gives you natural sweet
A natural sweetness,
Yeah,
more soft.
more soft and
Great.
tender tamarind juice
Tamarind juice, so nice acidity from the tamarind juice. Again, that classic combination in Thai food, balancing the sweetness with the acidity.
and then the ginger
Ginger.
ครับ
So with this one here, you could use ginger or you could use galangal. They both work very similar
no
in this dish.
I would suggest ginger
Ginger.
better but galangal is in the chili paste
Just
already
in the paste itself,
Yep.
right.
peanut
Toasted peanuts.
yes
Nice, always roasted peanuts first. If you put raw peanuts, they taste a little bit sour, but once they've been roasted, they become sweet and they come deep in flavour.
pickles
Pickled garlic,
garlic
great. Pickled garlic in Thailand, always try and grab some. It's sweet and it's pickled, so it has that really lovely combination and it's so tender. It's almost like eating the texture of a cashew nut.
okay then I add a little bit of fish sauce
Cup.
okay
So the reason why you're adding only a small amount of fish sauce is because of the salt in the curry paste?
yes
Right, otherwise
Cup.
it would become too salty.
Yes.
Okay, so only a touch of fish sauce.
ครับ and the oyster
Oyster sauce.
yes
น้ำมันหอย
น้ำมันหอย
ครับ น้ำมันหอย Perfect. So once those ingredients have gone in, is there anything else to add?
no
That's all. So
That's
we just
all.
have to let that cook for a couple
yes
of minutes?
yes
Great. All right, let's do this. I'll hold this for you.
okay here we are
It smells fantastic.
thank you คุณดันแคน thanks for your help
You're welcome. The colours are so rich.
yes because it's come from the Indian curries and the chili paste together smells very good though
It smells beautiful.
we always eat this with the sticky rice
With sticky rice?
yeah sticky rice
Wow. Because most curries in Thailand are eaten with jasmine rice, khao mali,
ข้าวหอมมะลิครับ
but with this one, with the sticky rice,
yeah it will be perfect with the sticky rice
cup.
ครับ
So with the sticky rice, you'd be able to grab the balls of the rice and then push it into the sauce and chew it later.
Cup.
Really great texture.
okay
So a nice little garnish on top.
yes then this one is the garlic
Wonderful.
carving garlic
So fresh garlic cloves cut into a flower.
yeah
So decorative.
ครับ and then the spring onion and then give it a little bit colorful
Chili on the side.
chili on the side
Mate, you've done a great job. That is so perfect. Have a look at that. So there you have it. We're in Chiang Mai joined by Resort Manager Manas, and this is a delicious dish. Try it at home, really simple to do. Kang hang le mu. If you've been enjoying the dishes we've been cooking on Duncan's Thai Kitchen, why not give them a go at home? I've put pen to paper, and now a selection of my favourite easy to follow recipes from the series are available in the latest cookbook, Duncan's Thai Kitchen. Log on to duncansThaiKitchen.com to reserve your copy and view the latest in videos, photos and recipes. When we return, I get my first lesson in planting jasmine rice before showing you one of the most amazing and delicious Chiang Mai delicacies. So there's two ways of planting rice in Thailand. Number one is to throw the seed into the mud and let it grow naturally, but a more productive crop comes from growing it from seed in a small location and then transplanting it like we do, every 30 centimetres apart, and I've been taught by the teacher here that we always walk backwards in the mud. This is our final dish for the series, and I'm going to cook here in beautiful Chiang Mai. Khao Soi using an egg noodle with chicken and in lovely coconut curry sauce. Okay, really simple. The first ingredient for the Khao Soi is some oil, and we're going to fry the curry paste and also a little bit of curry powder as well. So we've got about 1.5 tablespoons of curry paste, red curry paste. Just fry that off for a short while, just to release all of the flavours in the oil. Okay, before the curry paste will burn, we add in about 2 teaspoons of curry powder. You can also add a pinch of turmeric to your curry powder, just to give it a bit more of a yellow colour. A little bit more oil, an extra tablespoon, so we can add the chicken and it still is able to fry in the oil. Now the chicken we're using is corn-fed chicken. The skin and even the fat on the skin has this lovely yellow colour. Adds so much flavour and a lot of extra colour. So we're not actually cooking the chicken right through, we're just sealing it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to deglaze the pan slightly with a small pinch of water. That'll just bring the paste and the powder off the bottom of the wok. Okay, now we add some fresh coconut milk. Use the head squeeze of the coconut milk, the very first squeeze, which is nice and thick and creamy. Now in Khao Soi, it is a curry sauce, but it's more of a soup texture, so don't make it too thick. And then it's time to add some other flavouring ingredients. Just add a small amount of sugar. The food in Chiang Mai up in the north is not as sweet as it is in other parts of Thailand, so just cut back down on the sugar. Now, while that's simmering away, over here I've got some boiling water to cook the egg noodles. The egg noodles are so fresh and soft, made here locally, an incredible ingredient. So the noodles, straight into some boiling water. And whenever you're cooking noodles, make sure there's plenty of water. About 20 parts water to 1 part of noodles is actually a really good ratio. The fresh noodles will cook so quickly, so don't walk away from them, keep an eye on them, and cook them until they're al dente. And al dente means to pinch a small part of the noodle, and when you chew it, you can just feel it on your tooth. About another 30 seconds would be perfect. Okay, with the noodles, just pull them out and strain them. Make sure all the water comes off. And then mound them in the bowl and give them a little twist, just to give the noodles some height. Okay, to finish off the sauce, a little bit of fish sauce last minute. That way you won't lose the actual flavour of the fish sauce. If you add fish sauce too early, you'll just end up with the salt content, not the actual flavour. Okay, a little taste. Touch more fish sauce. And we're ready to serve. So being a soup style dish, put enough sauce in there to really move around the noodles, but don't completely flood them. And then we just have to finish it off with a bit of a garnish. We've got here some chopped spring onions just on the side, half a lime, some chili, which is in a chili oil, some pickled cabbage, some fresh baby red shallots sprinkled over the top, and then some of these crunchy egg noodles that have been fried in oil. Just finish it off with that. Such an incredible dish, so simple. So there you have it, our last dish for the series, right here in Chiang Mai, Khao Soi gai, or chicken cooked with egg noodles in a coconut curry sauce. I would like to say thank you so much for joining me on this tour of Thailand. I've learnt so much about the people, the culture and the food. It's been a real privilege. I can't wait to go back to Australia and put these dishes and put this new influence into our restaurants. Please join me again on the next series of Duncan's Thai Kitchen. Sawadee krap. On the final episode of Duncan's Thai Kitchen, we're back in Australia. I'll take you on a tour of where to find the best Thai ingredients right here at home. And I'm going to cook up an Aussie barbecue for my family and friends, Thai style.
Wow.